Techie, good afternoon. Yesterday we talked about the previous parts of the reading test, right? So right now let's continue with part 7. So now some students usually have difficulty in reading tests because when they see long passages, they easily get nervous, right? So because it's kind of difficult to find the answer. So I will give you a tip on how to easily find the answer, okay? So for example here in part 7 we have the passage. This is, I think, a letter, a business letter. So if you have something like this, the first thing you have to do is to read the questions, okay? First you have to understand what is being asked, okay? Let's see. So in number 16, how much is due? What do you mean by due, by the way?
I don't know.
Due means the deadline or the schedule of doing something.
Yes.
So in this question, how much is due? How much talks about money, right? How much? So how much is due? How much is asked? So here we have money for choices. So how much is total, right?
Yes, yes.
What do you think? It's total. So that way you can identify that in number 16, the answer probably is the total money, right? So it's a total money. So that time, when you start reading the passage, you don't need to understand everything. You just have to find the money.
Yes, yes.
So here we have, so blah blah, this is the heading, we have the names. So let's go directly to the body. We have here some money, right?
Yes, yes.
We have 500, 750, 1,000, 250. But we're looking for the total money, right? So if you try to read here, can you give me the answer? Here we have the choices, by the way.
Yeah.
So
Total due.
yeah, total due. How much is due?
$1,250.
Correct. It's letter C, right? You see, it's easy.
Yes, yes.
You only need to understand the question and just find it in the passage. Let's try number 17.
Yeah.
When is it due? So the question is, when is it due? What do you think is being asked in number 17?
Deadline.
Deadline.
Yes.
So it's the deadline for possibly payment. So, and then the choices are dates,
Yes.
right? So let's look at here. Can you find dates given?
Last part.
Let's start here.
Yes.
We have here December 16th. But of course this is for the letter, so we don't count it. Let's go directly to the body. Is there any date mentioned?
Yes, final part.
This last part, can you read this part here?
Yes. The work described herein covers work completed during the month of November. Please pay the entire amount by the end of next month.
Okay, so we have 2 months mentioned. We have the month of November,
Yes.
and then we have the end of next month.
Yes.
So, but the question is, when is it due, right? The deadline. So we need to understand more. What is being mentioned here? November. What do you understand in this part here? The first sentence.
No, I'm confused.
You're confused? Let's start here. The work described herein covers work completed during the month of November. So what did they do in the month of November?
They have to work.
They work. They're working, right?
Yes.
So the work is completed
Yes.
during the month of November. So the question is it the working time
Yes.
or the due date? What is being asked here?
Deadline.
The deadline, right? So, but in November, it's not November because November talks about the work.
Yes.
So we need to find more. Please read the next sentence.
Please pay the entire amount by the end of next month.
By the end of next month.
Yes.
Right? So we have to pay. So the due is by the end of next month.
Yes.
So however, in our choices, we don't have next month choice, right? So we have to understand what is next after November. What is the month after November?
November. December.
December.
Yes.
Okay. December, right? So we choose from the choices. So we have December. B and C are both December. Good. So we narrow down
Yes.
A and D, right? It's now we only have two choices left. However, by the end of next month. So what do you mean by that?
So final day.
The final day of December, which is what is the answer?
C.
Letter C, December 31. So C is the correct answer here. So you see, it's easy. First, you have to read the questions, identify what is being asked, and then that's the time you have to look for it in the passage. Very easy, right?
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
That's it for our reading test.